Speaking of questions, Pakistan's Prime Minister is getting a lot of them, and not friendly ones either. Pakistanis are trolling and grilling Shehbaz Sharif, their Prime Minister. Why? Because of an announcement that he made on social media. Take a look at this. Sharif said Saudi Arabia had deposited money in the State Bank of Pakistan, which is their central bank. And how much money? Around $2 billion. Shehbaz Sharif said this deposit will boost Pakistan's foreign reserves. He also thanked the Saudi Crown Prince for it, Mohammed bin Salman. But look at the comments below. Don't speak on behalf of Pakistanis. We abhor this government and the situation it has put us in. Here's another comment. And I'm quoting again, this will end up in an offshore account. You will eat all this money like before. They're paying for your extraordinary lifestyle. What explains this hatred? You would think getting $2 billion is a big deal, especially for Pakistan. Their forex reserves were down to $3.9 billion in June, which is $179 million less than the month before. So why are Pakistanis hating on Shehbaz Sharif? Two reasons for that. One, he is deeply unpopular as Prime Minister. Without the army, he has no power. Just look at the same tweet we showed you. Towards the end, he's thanked the Pakistan Army Chief, General Asim Munir. Can you imagine this in any other country? The Prime Minister is thanking the Army Chief for assistance given by another country. So that's one reason why he's not liked. And the second reason is this. You don't get credit for fixing your own mess. Shehbaz Sharif is not part of the solution. He and his party have been part of the problem. And the people of Pakistan know this. Hence all the trolling. The same thing happened last month. Shehbaz Sharif was in Paris for global financial talks. It was raining heavily that day, so a local official went up to him with an umbrella. Guess what he did? He took the umbrella and walked away. The poor official was left drenched in the rain. The Prime Minister was trolled then too. He was called a national embarrassment and Pakistan's Mr. Bean. So what can he do to fix it? Well, he's had some success in the last 2 weeks. The IMF staffers have approved a bailout for Pakistan, a package worth $3 billion. The next step is approval from the IMF board, the International Monetary Fund. A meeting is scheduled for today. If all goes well, the money will soon be released. In fact, that bailout, the IMF bailout, is the reason why Saudi Arabia gave Pakistan the money it did. Riyadh had promised this deposit in April, but they were waiting for the IMF to clear the bailout. Either way, the money is in. Both these developments have improved Pakistan's economic outlook. Ratings agency Fitch has upgraded them. Their default rating was CCC minus. Now it's just CCC. They've removed the minus. Their finance minister has called it, quote unquote, another positive news. I guess there's only one direction to go, from rock bottom. Now, to be clear, CCC is not much of an improvement. It still means substantial credit risk. That's what Pakistan is, substantial credit risk. So Pakistan is not out of the woods yet. Far from it. Their inflation is almost 38%. It is now the highest in Asia, even more than Sri Lanka. Their fiscal deficit is also widening, meaning they're spending a lot, but they're not earning very much. Fiscal deficit could reach 7.6% of the GDP by 2024. The ideal level is around 5%. All of this explains why Pakistanis are not happy with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. I know they love cricket. So here's a cricket analogy. Pakistan need 20 runs to win from the last ball. So victory is impossible. Shehbaz Sharif is the last man batting. He's hit a 6 off the last ball and now he's celebrating. But the fans can see the scoreboard. 6 or not, they have lost the match. Pakistan's economic recovery could take years, if not decades. So a Fitch upgrade is not much to celebrate. You know what is? Free and fair elections. But then we may be expecting too much. This year is supposed to be election year in Pakistan. The polls should have been announced by now, but so far there is no news. The Pakistan People's Party, the PPP, has suggested that Parliament be dissolved on the 8th of August. Now, the PPP is part of Shehbaz Sharif's coalition, but the Prime Minister himself has not said a thing. Perhaps he is waiting for the army. Either way, this election will be a crucial moment for Pakistan, not just for their politics, but also their economy, because the next government will inherit a mess. High inflation, low reserves, and a divided society. So internet trolling is the least of Shehbaz Sharif's problems.